We're back with the 4th District Congressional candidate, Jesse Mermel, in the OTR Pop Quiz. You went to Boston College, as we mentioned.
Yes.
Resident of Brookline, so you know a little something about the MBTA's Green Line. So here's the question about the MBTA's Green Line. Which of the following, it's on the screen, which of the following is not a stop on the B branch of the Green Line? Is it Beaconsfield, is it Pleasant Street, is it Chiswick Street?
Beaconsfield's on the D line.
Look at that. What does our answer say? Beaconsfield is on the D line.
I just have to put a little story in here. Just before we came on to do the show, you got a phone call from someone who was taunting you about the pop quiz. I think you might have bragging rights when this is all done.
I'm very excited to call this person back.
Well, don't get too excited because we're at the last question and you're 3 for 3.
If I screw this up, it's because Janet jinxed me.
There you go. So if elected, you would not be the only Boston College grad to represent the 4th Congressional District. Of the following 4th Congressional District congressmen, which one is a BC Eagle? Is it Harold Donahue? Is it Robert Drinan, Father Robert Drinan, or Samuel Winslow?
I have to assume it's Father Drinan.
You nailed it. You're 4 for 4. You have bragging rights.
I'm never coming back on the show.
No,
I'm just going out on top.
Can I release the name of the person that called you?
Sure.
It was Ayanna, who is actually...
It was?
Yes.
It was? Oh,
as a matter of fact, I was there. I witnessed
right.
it, so it was firsthand reporting. So that brings us to our next question.
Yes.
Your friendship with Ayanna Pressley is very well known. I think you were her maid of honor at her wedding, were you not? So let's talk about politics. She's made a major splash as a freshman congresswoman.
She has.
Do you see yourself making the same sort of splash if you're elected?
Oh my goodness. No, and it's because I am not as talented as she is. And I say that as someone who has the confidence to run for Congress, and I think I bring a lot to the table. And maybe I'm looking at this through, friend eyes, and it's a friend answer, not a political answer. But she is, I'm actually like, I've never met anyone more genuine and loving, and I've met very few people who have given that type of love to me. And she's an immense talent. She's an incredible leader, and I just hope we have different styles and different lived experiences, but I just hope to bring a fraction to the table of what she does.
But on issues, most issues, are you much aligned?
Yes, very much so, very much so.
I'd like to move the conversation to immigration. You are a big supporter of immigration rights?
Now you want me to pivot from that.
Okay. That's what Congress people have to do.
I'm ready. Go ahead.
Do you think Massachusetts should be a sanctuary state?
I do.
You do?
I do.
And why? Why do you think that?
When I was working for Governor Patrick, and Janet, you may have been in the room for this, there was a debate around whether or not we should welcome unaccompanied minors who were stranded at the border. This was in, I think, 2014. And Governor Patrick assembled a press conference where faith leaders from faiths across the Commonwealth stood behind him. And he talked about why, because of our values, we need to be a place that is welcoming and where people in need of safety can feel safe. And for me, that's the bottom line. It was actually one of the proudest days I had working for him, standing back against the wall, watching him make that case that it's not political, it's about values, it's about seeing people as people. And when I think about immigration, yes, there are economic cases to be made and all sorts of reasons, but at the end of the day, it's about people who are looking for an opportunity, in many cases to be safe, and in every case to build a future for themselves and their families. And they add so much to the Commonwealth. We know that.
Thank you for coming in this morning.
My
it's great
pleasure.
To have you
Thanks
with
for
us.
having me.
Now she's been renamed Jessie 4 for 4 Mermel.
Oh my goodness.
I'm just saying. The Sunday Roundtable is next here on OTR, and it's all about Iowa tomorrow, but who will claim the first big prize in the 2020 presidential race? Joe Biden tops some polls. We'll place our bets next.